My name is Stephanus Weyers. I'm the owner, director and principal of Office Place and API Property Group. Our group of companies are established in Cape Town, Johannesburg, Pretoria and Durban through a broker footprint of 105 brokers. The financial year ending February 2020 was a bumpy year for our group of companies. We concluded collectively 2,159 transactions, and this was the best performance for our group of companies. The lockdown year was a roller coaster ride. It was a challenging time for our business. Interesting enough, in the February 2021 financial year, which was the lockdown year, where we had 3 months of no trading, we were able to conclude 2,333 deals, which is more than what we concluded in our best year, being the previous year, ending February 2020. So what would be the reason for this? I believe it's a matter of having motivated sellers as well as motivated purchasers. For the most part in our industry, you have one of the two. It's either a market where your sellers are motivated or a market where your purchasers are motivated. Over the last 18 months, specifically with reference to the financial year ending February 2021, we had a situation where both sellers and purchasers were motivated. Our business covers the commercial market, in other words, offices, showroom, retail, as well as the industrial market, factories, warehouses, sales of industrial land and new developments. Since 1 March 2021, being our current financial year, this has been the busiest time for me in my 20 years in the business. Towards the end of 2019, our business collectively generated approximately 800 to 850 inquiries per week for commercial and industrial properties. Currently, we are generating on a weekly basis between 950 and 1,000 inquiries for commercial and industrial space throughout the areas we work in South Africa. In other words, Cape Town, Pretoria, Durban and Johannesburg. In Cape Town, between the two businesses, we've got a group of 28 people. We typically conclude between 50 and 65 transactions on a monthly basis. Our team in Pretoria is a group of 20 people. In Pretoria, we typically conclude between 60 and 65 transactions on a monthly basis. We opened our doors in Durban 2 years ago. We've currently got a team of 12 brokers, and we conclude on a monthly basis between 15 and 20 transactions. The Office Place business in Johannesburg has now been established for the last 7 years. We have a team of 18 brokers, and we typically conclude on a monthly basis between 45 and 55 transactions. The API business has been established in Johannesburg since 1984. We are currently a group of 28 brokers. We conclude on a monthly basis between 85 and 100 transactions. In the commercial and industrial market throughout South Africa, we conclude a wide variety of transactions. Land sales, new developments, turnkey developments, investment sales, sales and rentals to owner-occupiers, and of course, we provide valuations. One of the notable trends at the moment is the business owner putting his focus back on his business. So what does that mean for our business? Business owners would rather sell their properties, remain in their properties and sign a leaseback. One of the new outstanding trends in the commercial market is the level of activity in the showroom and retail space. A clear trend in the office market throughout South Africa is the growing demand for serviced office space. One of the realities in the marketplace is that the available vacant space must actually be of appeal and attractive to the inquiries. An obvious reality in the current office environment is the higher volume of office space versus, say, 2 years ago. So what's the reason for this? I think it's easy to blame lockdown and COVID, but I don't think that is the real reason for our current situation. The high frequency of development during 2014-15, together with large corporates moving from old space to new space, coupled with the realities of COVID, makes for our current vacancy level in the office market. The industrial market throughout South Africa, Durban, Johannesburg, Pretoria and Cape Town, has remained resilient. Vacancy factors throughout remain low and stable. On a weekly basis, throughout the areas we cover, Cape Town, Durban, Johannesburg and Pretoria, the inquiries on a weekly basis outperform stock 4-1. We generate the lion's share of our inquiries from the warehousing and logistics industry in South Africa. Inquiries for engineering and manufacturing facilities are growing. In Cape Town, historically, most of your industrial property development, movement and activity happened in Montague Gardens and Epping. But lately we have seen tremendous growth in the northern suburbs of Cape Town, with the R300 corridor setting the pace. In Pretoria, the Centurion area specifically remains very active for the industrial property market. In the Roslyn area north of Pretoria, we are seeing renewed growth and interest in the industrial property market. The industrial property market in Durban is very active with low vacancies throughout. The industrial property market in Johannesburg divides very simply between the north, south, east and western areas. Industrial property activity in the east of Johannesburg remains very active. The west of Johannesburg, in my opinion, is the area in which we've experienced the most growth over the last 5 years. The north of Johannesburg accommodates for larger warehousing and logistics facilities. The level of activity in the south remains stable, with a clear increase in the demand for manufacturing facilities. We remain ambitious and realistic about our future. We will strive to grow our team of brokers and to service the industrial and commercial property market throughout South Africa to the benefit of all property owners and business owners.